Yes, I believe the recording has started. We can, with that, get started. Hello, everybody. Hope I am audible and visible. And a very good afternoon to one and all. And thank you very much for taking out time for Soundbites Club. I know most of us are busy with our deliverables. I have a global launch tomorrow happening. So I was also caught up with many things, but nevertheless, this is something that I am passionate about. I'm interested, and it's part of personal development. That's something that takes away the stress from your work. Soundbites is not supposed to add to your work. Again, to reiterate here, let's say if you are stressed out, please do join Soundbites. Don't think that I'm already stressed out, so I can't join today. That doesn't serve the purpose. The purpose here is you join and then reduce your stress, and then go back a happier person. That's what we are here for. And with that positive note, welcome once again to our 158th session of Soundbites Club. Since we do not have a team mod today, and I will be the general evaluator today, so I'll be doing multiple roles today. Please bear with me. And since we have Shwet backed out, so from the Sergeant at Arms perspective, I would like to quickly tell a couple of things, the ground rules. Please do try to come on video so that we can have a better interaction. We can see, all of your happy faces, and we can have a better session, because online it's always difficult, but coming on a video slightly make things easier. So I'll request all of you to please, if possible, come on the video, and we keep ourselves on mute unless we are actively speaking. And we, as a Soundbites Club, um, we do not talk about sex, religion, or politics, or at least be mindful when you are talking about sex, religion, or politics. Now, with that, I can quickly address as the president of the club. As a president of the club today, there are a couple of announcements that I wanted to make here. Uh, the first important announcement is that the next upcoming session, which we had scheduled for Wednesday, let me just quickly check the calendar. I believe it is 18th. Yes, 18th. 18th is when the district leadership is planning for a club visit. That means we'll have our club, the district area president Anil will be coming along with the associate director Padma Priya. They both are planning to visit our club in person on 18th, that is Wednesday. That way, I would request all of you, please be present and please try to come and attend in person, so that we have majority of us attending in person at Learning Hub room. That's a special request from my end. And please do grab the opportunity to take up some interesting roles for the upcoming sessions, as anyway you will have better visibility and you will be able to present in front of district leaders like area director and area associate director. And I also wanted to meet Ricardo to thank for his contributions in terms of supporting the club, and it's going to be a motivation for our leadership also to continue supporting us as a club. That's the main intent, why another reason the leaders are coming, and it's anyway part of their agenda to visit the clubs every now and then. Please do plan to attend the session on 18th, that is next Wednesday, in person, and please do take up the roles, right? And another important announcement I have to make is we need to immediately start preparing for our club contests, because we have area contests coming up, and we have both speech contest as well as the evaluation contest. For speech contest, it is a criteria that minimum L2 completion is required. That way, all of you who are is planning to participate, please try to complete your L2 before the club contest, so that you will be really eligible for club contest as well as the area contest. Okay, I'll be posting about that shortly in our group. Please do nominate yourselves to participate in the international speech contest as well as the evaluation contest. Okay, now with that, we can move on. And as a general evaluator for today, today's quick agenda, we do have a standard format of session today, where instead of a prepared speech, we are going to have a project delivery, where we'll have Aishwarya deliver her L4 project today. And post that, we are going to have a table topic segment where we have table topic master Ruchir with us for the table topic segment. And post that, we are going to have the evaluation segment. And now, quickly to introduce the role takers for today. For today, I do, of course, have a tag team, and I have an evaluator also who will be evaluating Aishwarya's project. And for today's project evaluation, we have Pranali with us. Pranali, over to you to quickly explain your role as project evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you, Sharan. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, today Aishwarya will be presenting her L4 project, which is titled as Know Your Audience. The purpose of this project is for the speaker to present an educational module in a way that is clear, simple, and easy for members to apply in their own future speeches. As her evaluator, I'll be looking for specifically at presentation and preparation, engagement, and the clarity. And my goal is to identify her unique presentation style and offer suggestion to make her delivery even more effective. Yeah, that's all from me as an evaluator.
Thank
All
you.
the best, Aishwarya.
Thanks, Pranali, for that very good explanation on your role as evaluator. Now, quickly moving on to tag team. We do have a tag team today, and starting with timer, we have Harshita who will be doing the timer role for today. Harshita, over to you to quickly explain the timer roles.
Yeah, thank you, Sharath. Today, as a timer, my role is to time the prepared speeches and evaluations, and I've also will time the table topics. For the prepared speeches, the speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. For 5 minutes, I will raise green card. For 6 minutes, I will raise yellow card, and 7 minutes, I will raise red card.
A quick
Means I will
correction
share
there,
my
Harshita.
screen.
Today, instead of prepared speech, we are going to have a project. I
Mm-hmm.
believe for
So it's
project
about
it
10
is
minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Aishwarya
probably,
says the project, right? Then 10 minutes I
You
will.
can give me at 8, 9, and 10 minutes.
yeah, 8
Sure, sure.
minutes green, 9 yellow, and 10 red.
Although,
And yeah.
just to confirm, this is not a strict timing. So there is no, it's not like a prepared speech where if you speak for less than 5 minutes, you're technically disqualified. It's simply a project. It's an education session. So the timing device is simply for guidance.
Yeah, sure,
Okay,
Aishwarya. I will do that.
thank
At
you.
8 minutes, I will show the green card, 9 minutes yellow card, and 10 minutes red card. But just I will
Okay.
maintain that. I will save the
Yes,
time just for your understanding purpose.
perfect. Thank you.
Yes. Evaluations, there will be a timing, right, Aishwarya, for the evaluation.
Yes, evaluation, let's keep the
Eh,
standard 2 to 3 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
For the evaluation, for 2 minutes, I will be showing the green card, and for 2 minutes, 30 seconds, yellow card, and for 3 minutes, I will raise the red card until the evaluation is finished. For table topics, it is like it should not be more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will show the green card, 1.5 minute, I will show the yellow card, and 2 minutes, I will show the red card. Means you can pin the timer, pin me. I will sharing my background color.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Harshita, for the timer role. And for our counter today, we have Rajan with us with the our counter role. Rajan, over to you for the our counter role.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I will be the counter for today. And today I will be noting down the crutch words or filler words used within our speeches and within our different sections. Also, the inappropriate uses of interjections such as and, well, like that. So I will give my report at the end at the evaluation sections. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for that, Rajan. And we do have a grammarian as well today. Again, we're donning multiple hats. We have Pranali who will be performing the grammarian role for today. Pranali, over to you for explaining the grammarian role.
Yeah. Thank you, Sharat, again. I hope my screen is visible. So,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah, as you all know, we just don't speak to be heard, but we speak to be remembered. So, as a grammarian, I'm here to help you trade your clutter with clarity. And for that, we have word of the day, which is luminous. So what does it mean is it means shedding light or being exceptionally clear and inspiring. And the example is the scientist offered a luminous insight into the problem. And I hope you all will be using this in your speech. And I encourage everyone to ensure this idea shine brightly. Yeah. I'll be even pasting this in the chat box. So just in case you can check it there.
Thank you, Pranali, for that luminous insight on the role of grammarian for today. And with that, and then of course, I'm the general evaluator for today. I'll be giving my overall feedback and comments as a general evaluator when the time comes, where I'll be evaluating the overall session and the role takers as well as the speakers. And evaluators also, and table topic speakers as well. And I'll present my quick general evaluation when the time comes, post all the evaluation reports. And now with that, we can move on to the first segment of today, which is the prepared speech or the prepared project segment. And for today's prepared project segment, we have Aishwarya, who is attempting her L4 project today. And as usual, she never shares any introductions with me, and I never bothered to ask her also. But then she doesn't need any introduction. Of course, she's the immediate past president, and she has represented the club in various district and area level as well. Thanks for that additional visibility that you give to SoundBytes, Aishwarya, and wish you good luck with your L5 project today. I'm not exactly sure you have a title for today's project. I'm really sorry. Can you confirm if you have a title for
I do.
today's
It's just a know your audience.
Know Your Audience,
Know
right?
your
Okay.
audience. Yeah.
Thank you. So with the L4 project, we have Aishwarya. Aishwarya, know your audience. Know your audience. Aishwarya, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharad. First off, dear evaluator, I would just like to say that I am going to be sitting down while I make this presentation, simply because I don't have the means to elevate my camera at the moment. So this is just going to be, for logistical reasons, going to be sitting down. Second, I'm going to be sharing my screen. So please do let me know once it's visible. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. So to begin with, the session is called Know Your Audience. Can anybody tell me exactly what they would, or roughly what they would expect out of something like this? This is an education session, and I'm going to be talking about knowing your audience while doing any form of public speaking. So, any guesses as to what we're going to be talking about?
um, how to cater your speech towards a specific kind of audience in a
Right.
way. Yeah.
Perfect. So, that is absolutely correct. And given that the topic is about catering your speech to an audience, I am going to take you through what the first step of catering to your audience is, which is understanding who the audience is, right? So the first thing to do is understand that not every audience is going to be the same. You cannot go and prep your speech whether and say the same speech at the club level, at the area level, at the division level, and at the district level. Even those audiences differ. So, from a speech perspective, from as something as micro as a speech, the jokes, for instance, you can crack. The relatability factor for your own club is going to be vastly different from an audience that is largely unknown, right? So the first step is to know who you are catering to. What are the different kinds of people that are going to be there? So this includes what the age range is, like whether you're speaking to people who are largely in their 20s, 30s, 40s, or is there a much wider range? Are there going to be kids in the audience? Is your speech therefore tailored to the age appropriate jokes or comments or whatever, right? How many men are there? How many women are there? If you're talking about women empowerment as a subject, for example, the way you would approach it with a largely female audience versus the way you would approach it with a mixed audience and or a largely male audience would be very, very different. You would touch upon different things. You would talk about with women, for example, you would talk about it from a largely relatability factor, whereas with men, the idea is to give insight into the experiences of women to make them understand. Because when you're not in a position to relate, you're not going to be able to relate. So it's an education thing, right? Similarly with occupation and educational background. So all of that matters. So do the research into who the audience is going to be. Of course, political orientation is important, but if you're looking at it from a Toastmasters perspective, we don't talk about politics too much. So we steer clear of the controversial subjects. However, that's not the case with every single audience. So the safe thing would be to keep your comments as politically correct and as politically non-controversial as possible. But if you were to do it, it is about presenting your opinions in the right manner and in a way that it would be palatable even to a dissenting audience. And that is important. Um, the others, leisure activities, is just one of the extra things that you keep in mind. What are you actually talking about? Like, is public speaking a leisure activity in a Toastmasters group? Yes. But if you're presenting to an office crowd, for example, that's not going to be it. In Radisys, for example, you would talk about the foosball table that is in the cafeteria. So you would include the relatability factor depending on who your audience is. Now, next, so keeping the audience attention. Of course, we learn about this in the Toastmasters education programs, right? We talk about how voice modulation is important and asking questions to the audience is important, how to engage them, how to keep them, how to use the space that is there and use it to your advantage. So one way to do it is to ensure that your speech is talking about a story. Because when anything is presented in the form of a story that has an introduction, a middle, and the end, and there's a common thread running through it, but if it's told in a storytelling manner, you're unlikely to let your um, attention span drop. And that's one way to keep the audience's uh, attention captured. You also, of course, keep in mind what the room looks like, whether people are sitting or standing, whether there's enough light on you, enough light on the audience. Have you been in those rooms where you can see the speaker, but then the speaker can't necessarily see you because the spotlight is so intense in their eyes and in their faces that they simply can't see the audience, and as a result, they can't engage with the audience, right? Because to engage with an audience, you need to be able to see them. You need to be able to work off of their body language and the reactions, the hems and the haws and the nods and the shaking of the head. All of that plays a very important role in how you continue your speech. And whatever I'm saying, please keep in mind that I'm saying it from experience of not just giving 5 to 7 minute speeches, but also from uh, emceeing much longer segments that also require you to engage directly with the audience, indirectly with the audience, keeping them clapping, keeping their attention span held for a much longer period of time. Because as an MC, it's your job to connect the audience with the program that is happening. So these things matter a lot more when the period of time that you're going to be on stage is overall much longer. Um, yes, of course, there's always going to be things like outside distractions and other possible distractions. For example, just to give you a little bit of insight, a few years ago during the Codathon cultural night, one major thing that was happening backstage that not a lot of people knew about was that the entire dance troupe that was supposed to come on at a particular time just was not ready. We had to fill a 20-minute spot. So how did we go around doing it? Sharat was my co-MC, so he knows exactly what was happening. We moved things ahead, we changed things around. So as a person who is on stage, you also have to be so well aware of exactly what the program list is and be in touch with who the people who are backstage and who's coming up next. All of that has to be it has to be at the tip of your tongue. You need to have runners with you. So it's a whole segment. It's very crucial that you are in control and in command of the stage, because only then are you going to be able to cater to your audience correctly, well enough. Um, so, yes, although I'm not mentioning every single point, I'm talking from experience largely, these are all also important. So, you can't be, I think one very basic thing is you'll find a lot of people who've not looked at their watch before you come on stage, and then they say good morning instead of a good afternoon, or a good evening instead of a good afternoon or whatever. Sorry, I have an Amazon thing coming. Please excuse me. But anyway, so oh yes, and breaks for lengthy presentation. Now that is a very important aspect, because imagine you're actually emceeing a conference, and each panel is like an hour long, hour and a half long. You can't just jump from one to another. It's very important to sense the pulse of the audience, and that's where a good like audience connection comes into play, because you look at how restless the audience is, and then maybe you have the executive decision to announce a break and say, hey, 5 minutes, go stretch your legs, go use the facilities, go grab a coffee or a tea, and then come back before we have our next segment. So that all of that is important. Now, um, and the next thing would be approaching the audience, which would be, of course, it's also important to really know who your audience is, right? Like, so what do they already know? If I'm catering to a Toastmasters crowd, then I'm not going to go around saying, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be talking about politics or sex or religion. But if I'm not catering to a Toastmasters crowd, then I'm going to not assume that they know all of these basic Toastmasters things. For example, if I'm going and giving a keynote speech, or if I'm talking about the benefits of Toastmasters, I'm not going to sit and think that, oh, these people already know what Toastmasters is. No, I'm not going to make that assumption. So you're going to have to do your research on what the common thread between the audience is, and what you can pick on for relatability factor, for um, uh, to educate. Because if you start droning on about things they already know, then you've lost the audience right there. That's it goes back and it ties back to how you're going to keep the audience attention and how you're going to keep them engaged. um I always maintain that having a co-MC is extremely helpful, because what you can do is you can create a chemistry on stage that the audience can pick up off of. And that is very, very important, because that plays into how you are able to keep the audiences engaged on you and keep their attention on you, so you can introduce the performers coming in. When that happens, when you have a co-MC, two things: a, you have that chemistry going on, but b, also that the pressure on you is a little bit less, because then it is shared. And one person misses something, the other person can pick that up. So it's important to build that rapport with whoever you're going to be sharing the stage with. Um, of course, whenever you're giving a speech, it's important to know who you are catering to, who you're talking to, and what they want from it. So if you're going and giving a speech about medical devices, you can't be droning on about genes. And when I say genes, I mean genetics. If that is not intrinsically part of the medical devices conference that you're talking about. Like, this is basic, right? Know who you're catering to, know what they want to hear from you. That is important. You can't be beating around the bush all the time. Um, oh yeah, and I guess this is an interesting thing, which is any speech, I guess, would be, you will need to tell them what you need to tell them, and then inspire them to take action on it. So if I am giving a speech about women empowerment, for example, I'll give you like tidbits, maybe talk about how the suffragette movement started and how that has directly led to a person refusing to, for example, Rosa Parks, a person refusing to yield her seat to a white man, has directly led to the BLM today, the Black Lives Matter movement today, how those are connected. So if I am talking about something like that, I need to make a clear thread, and then talk about it, inform them, and tell them, and get them to make it a part of them, inspire them to take action. And that's when you know you've done your job as a speaker. And at the same time, if you're not cracking jokes, then what even is the point of entertainment? I mean, speaking, because you have to entertain, and only if you are entertaining them are they going to be able to listen to you for an extended period of time. So I know I have exceeded my time, but it is a rather important uh, piece of information, like education session, which I actually do hold for an hour and a half. I have 90-minute sessions on just this one topic, but to reduce it to 10 minutes is quite a task. Um, but finally, it all boils down to this: do your research, know who your audience is, know what they're going to like, what they're going to dislike, what they want to hear from you, what they don't want to hear from you, and cater to them, because that's all it is. You are there to entertain, because even listening, yes, they want to learn from you, but at the end of the day, if they're not entertained, then they're not listening to you, no matter how many pearls of wisdom you have to give. So that's me. I hope I was able to make an impact and go and bring uh, light, be luminous in your speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharad. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Aishwarya. That was really informative for sure, and it was almost like an educational session. Good to have that variety also added to our regular sessions, and thanks for that. Thanks for the very knowledgeable session. And now, of course, I'll be commenting more as a general evaluator at the time of the evaluation segment. But congrats again for your completion of your project, L4 project, and looking forward to your journey forward and how you probably grab the triple crown as well. With that, let's quickly move on to the next segment that I know most of us are excited for almost all the sessions. That is the table topics segment. And for the table topic segment today, we have none other than Ruchir with us. And to quickly introduce in his words, he's a 23-year-old software engineer at Radisys. He's a 2024 graduate. He has an active background in college, literary clubs, and TEDx. That's great. He's passionate about public speaking, anime, gaming, racket sports, travel, and exploring unique food spots in Bangalore. And he's always curious and versatile. And I hope you have registered for the table tennis tournament that is coming up since you are into racket sports. Or okay, cool. With that, over to you, Ruchir, table topic master, to take it ahead with the table topics. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you so much for the introduction, table topic master, Toastmaster Sharath. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'll be sharing my screen now. 1 second. Let me have this open. I have like a million tabs open. Just give me a second, guys. Where is it? Nope. Yes. Okay. Before we get started, a small disclaimer. The topics are very light. If you don't get a few words, I know that a lot of millennials on this call right now. So I hope the Gen Zs on this call can share a bit of luminous information in educating the millennials about the terms we use right now. So I hope, so I hope we take it easy, we give it our all. It's all simple topics, nothing over the top. So please don't shy away. So who wants to go first?
Maybe I can go first if no
Yeah,
one
yes. So
is ready.
Sharath,
Yeah.
choose a number between 1 to 9.
4?
4. Okay. 3, 4. Have you ever practiced a conversation in your head and it still went wrong?
Yeah, very interesting indeed. Have I practiced a conversation in my head and still went wrong? It's kind of should be a tagline of my life. I would say it's not just one instance, it is multiple instance. I can honestly tell you that it has happened several times in my case. I always, whenever there are some sort of crucial conversations. Now, which are the occasions I frequently do this? One is when I have a conversation with my dad. I know, these generation dads are all very cool, right? Nowadays, dads are almost like friends to their kids. But at least in my times and times earlier than that. So a lot of respect to your dad, and then sometimes you might even shake of fear at times, But my dad was not that strict, but nevertheless, because of my generation problem, maybe we were always scared to talk to our dad, especially when it is something very, very crucial or important, like what am I planning to do with my future, why I want to do this, or I always have this perfect conversation in my head. I know what my dad might ask, and this is how I should respond. And then I just go ahead, and then I'll be like blank. I'm like, what order was it? And or in my scenario, I would have anticipated that to ask a particular question, and I would have planned, like how I was telling the thread of, the prepare, how much ever you prepare, there are certain threads that may not go as planned because the order itself gets upside down. And then my dad is like, he'll ask something completely out of the box. And I'm like, oh no, I have not even practiced about this conversation in my head. Now, what do I answer? What is the perfect answer for this? I'm not ready for this. And then I'll be like fumbling. And then dad is like, hello, yes, you are trying to tell me something. And I'm like, okay, can we keep this conversation in another day? It's like, okay, fine. And then the history repeats. Another day, I imagine, okay, this is the question he's going to ask. The funny thing is, dad would have forgotten what he asked on the first place. And next time, he doesn't ask the same question. He asked me something different. I'm like, no, this is not what you asked that day. You were supposed to ask this, and I had an answer prepared for that. You're like, no, 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 this is my question now. Now you answer this. I'm like, okay, give me some time. So I believe this should be the tagline of my life. But yeah, all the time. This has happened all the time. Thank you so much, and back to you, Table Topic Master.
Uh, Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sharath. Anyone else who wants to be put under the spotlight? Aishwarya, okay. Choose a number between 1 to 10, except for 4.
1.
1, okay. What's your most embarrassing I thought they like me moment?
Oh.
You can take your time.
Is it weird that I can't think of a moment where well, I think for the first time in the history of table topics, I have been caught flummoxed.
Guys, you've finally done it.
And I'll tell you why. Recently, I was at a gathering and I was meeting a lot of people for the first time. And I don't want to sound like I am bragging, but then it does happen a lot of times that when I walk into a room, a lot of times, a lot of the attention automatically just comes on to me, and I'm not doing anything specifically to get that attention. Just sometimes, just me walking into a room, I think it's an energy thing, honestly. But recently, I was told by a certain person at that gathering where we, like a bunch of new people, we were all exchanging contact details and social media handles and things like that. And I was, telling this person that, oh, you could save my number as Aishwarya so and so. And he said, well, I don't have to. You're not forgettable. And I said, I guess. So it all comes back to this. I have very often had the fear that somebody didn't like me or didn't find me, palatable because I can be pretty extra and pretty dramatic. But I have very, very thankfully usually been proven wrong about it and been told that, hey, you're nice. I really liked hanging out with you or talking to you. So my experience has, for the most part, and touch wood about that, been the opposite. So back to you, to Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aishwarya. Next is Rajan. You can choose a number from 1 to 10 apart from 1 and 4.
Uh, 2.
2, okay. Oh shit, okay. Would you rather be ghosted or told you're like a sibling to me? Do you want an explanation on what's ghosted, Rajan?
No, I
Okay,
like it.
okay. Yeah.
So it's slightly subjective. So depending on the whom the person is I'm talking to, uh, who told me that you are like a sibling to me. But once in a while, I met some people who are like so much similar to me, and in as an interest also. Like Ruchir, you like anime. I like anime, and we can chill out and for a very long time discussing that. But in that moment, I feel really awesome that you're like a sibling to me, and I want to spend a lot of time for the same. But at the same time, somebody, if I like maybe don't find that interesting, and somebody who is generally keep trying to pull people's leg, sometimes I get annoyed, and when they say, yeah, you're so good, so you have so good sense of humor, and we like to be with you for a long time, and internally it felt like you're like a sibling, you is saying something similar, and I want to be like so bad that I want to be mean to them, that okay, please dislike me and be away. I don't want to be with you, and such kind of thing. So yeah, so depending, and that moment I felt that I'll be ghosted. Please ignore me. I'm not here at all. I will stay out of it. So like that happens. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Ruchi. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajan. Okay, yes, Pranali, you can choose a number.
I'd like to go with number 10.
There's no number 10, 1 to 9. I'm really
Okay,
sorry.
1 to 9. All right,
Yeah,
I'll go with 9. Number
okay.
9.
Um, there we go. What's the pettiest reason you've ever stopped talking to someone?
Um, okay. So I remember this incident which happened like when I was in my college period.
I think you're on mute now.
I think you're muted,
You're,
Pranali.
Just give me a minute. I guess I need to rejoin. There is some glitch happening in my laptop. I'm so sorry.
okay, maybe we can come back to
Yeah,
your topic and yeah,
yes. Just give me a minute.
sure.
Rejoin.
Meanwhile, Harshita, you want to try? Probably I can time you.
Yes, yes, Sharath, I would like to try.
Okay, you can choose a topic, Ashika. I mean, a number, sorry.
What numbers are available?
1, I mean, 8, 7, 6, 3.
Okay, I would like to go with the 8.
Okay, there we go. Is love at first sight real or just delusion?
Mhm. According to me, love at first sight could be delusion most of the times. Because staring at a person at one instance, we might not know the exact behavior of the person, background of the person, or the profession of the person, anything related to him. So, if we proceeded with our love at first sight, also, we may not end up with the good relation in the lifelong relation. It could be a delusion. It could be like attraction. Mostly when we see the celebrities, also it will feel like that. So it may not be real most of the times, but there could be few stories who, with the love at first sight, went throughout their life journey and they were together. But according to me, it's like it's just delusion only. Sometimes we'll be attracting to few people, but again we'll be come back thinking it is just a delusion. We'll realize ourselves maybe nothing nothing is suiting for us with the opposite person. So we'll realize ourselves, and to stay longer in our life also, we should know the background of the person. If he is good or bad, his hobbies, we should be able to know. uh, Good or bad in the sense uh, his life, how he is going in his life, everything we need to know, his background, his family, everything we need to know before proceeding with our love at first sight. If everything is good, then we can proceed with love at first sight. That is also good for most of the couples. So I just feel like it is a delusion unless we we dug through their background and all. That's from my side. Thank you.
Um, Thank you so much, Harshita. I'm happy that millennials finally get what delusion is, and most of them can relate to it. Anyone, anyone
Yeah,
else?
I'm back. I'm so
Oh
sorry
yeah,
for that.
Pranali,
Yeah.
back to yours. Yeah. Yeah. What's the pettiest reason you've ever stopped talking to someone? Over to you, Toastmaster Pranali.
Thank you, Ruchir, for this one. So I remember during my college period, I used to have one friend who used to always roam around with me and always used to um, give me comments saying that, okay, you have good dressing sense, and I guess you own a lot of clothes with you, and so and so. And one day I remember she saying to me that, okay, this one I liked a lot. And the next day I saw the same kind of dresses along with her. Whereas I was thinking that, okay, this might be like where she's trying to get influenced by my fashion sense. But then it turns out that she's just trying to look alike me in a way. So that's the moment when I thought that it's not important to have someone else's fashion sense, but to have your own. And that's when that was the piteous reason, I guess, when I stopped talking with someone like my friend. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Pranali. And I guess you're done with everyone. Thank you so much for participating. I hope you all like the table topics for today. Over to you, Toastmasters Sharath. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Table Topic Master Ruchir, for the very interesting topic. Initially, when you started, you said some of the terms I'm not able to understand. I was a bit scared, but I was surprised that
I
I
mean,
myself knew some of these, like ghosting and stuff like that. I was like, okay, you did not really do tough lingos, I think. Yes, yes, Aishwarya, please. You have something to say.
Ruchir, do you think we are ancient? Yeah.
I
I
mean,
can't believe you actually asked whether you asked Rajan of all people whether he would know the meaning of ghosting. Like, I think
that was a
we're
normal
all boomers
question.
and not millennials.
So Delulu.
I would just like to remind Mr. Gen Z over here that we were the ones who started the entire concept of text language, and we were the ones who came up with all kinds of short forms because at that time it was necessary. So all of this like um what is this nonsense that these people do these days? It's like Ohio and Riz and things like that. You got it from us.
I guess we all got ghosted then, one way or the other. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for that
Yeah, I
very.
feel very strongly about this. How dare you call us old?
I think there's some lingo for that also. Instead of old, maybe something else. Hope not ancient though.
For
Okay.
the record, I had for Richard, I have done like I think same similar topic. I think I forgot it was Gen Z or some slang. Slang about something about slang. I did
Ah,
the same
correct,
topic
correct,
I have done.
correct.
So,
Correct.
like, yeah, that happened.
That was an educational session from Rajan. Okay. Now, yes, we can now quickly move on to the evaluation segment. And for the evaluation segment, firstly, we'll go as per for the project evaluator. We have Pranali as a evaluation project evaluator for Aishwarya. Pranali, over to you for your evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharat. Before starting, I would like to congratulate Aishwarya for completing her L4 project. And yeah, it was a luminous project, and the speech, the things you delivered, and leaving audience with clear sense of purpose. And yeah, you effectively explained the objective of Better Speaker series and why the specific topic is vital for growth. And I could see, even though it was online project which you delivered, but your eye contact with all the people who have joined online, it was amazing. And you had eyes on everyone while you were delivering your speech, and although you couldn't stand, but you were using your hands in all the ways possible, and it was giving that whole vibe to all about the like all the things that you wanted to deliver to the audience. And uh, you didn't just speak with us, but you involved us in the beginning, which was very important to get that attention from the audience. And I really like the words which you use. Those were tip of tongue, control, and command. Like these were the phrases, and beat around the bush, pearls of wisdom. These were few of the things which I really liked, and even I'm gonna note it down and definitely going to make sure to use it in day-to-day life. Yes, and as well as you used your pauses in very appropriate way, because that was creating the tension and as well as the curiosity for what will be the next. That was amazing. And you clearly explained about the purpose, and yeah, as well as you included your personal experiences about MC and about how you tackled the situation during Codathon along with Sharat, and that was amazing, which we can take along with us as an experience. And the energy was amazing throughout the speech. Like I couldn't see any moment where it went down or anywhere it was fumbling or anything. And yeah, it overall it was amazing. And I'm really honored to like evaluate your speech, because I'm not just evaluated your speech, but also have taken a lot of things from this project. So congratulations once again. And as part of like improvement, I couldn't see anything much, but I can just recommend one thing, that is it would be better if you could give your like project offline, because that can give a better sense to the audience, as well as the way you use your body language and stage will make a big difference, is what I felt. And yeah, your presentation style was unique, because the way you like blend professional commands with genuine personal experience, that actually made it a whole project successful. So with that, I congratulate once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranali. Very insightful and very informative. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Evaluator Panali, for that detailed evaluation. Now, moving on in the evaluation segments, can we have the timer report from Harshita? Over to you for the timer report.
Yeah, sure, Sharat. I would like to share my screen. Where is my... I need to turn off the video to share the screen.
Not really.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
fine.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
able to see the option. Yeah. Here for the prepared space, that is Aishwarya's L4 project, it is 14 minutes 10 seconds. In the next prepared speeches, Sharath is 2 minutes 25 seconds. It is slightly exceeding the time. Aishwarya's is 1 minute 57 seconds. It is within the timing. Rajan is 1 minute 28 seconds within the time. Harshita's mine is 1 minute 59 seconds within the time. Pranali's is 1 minute 5 seconds. This is also within time. And evaluation for Aishwarya project, it is Pranali. It is also exactly fitting the time. It is 3 minutes exactly. But this is my detailed timing report. Thank you. Over to you, Sharat.
Harshita. Yeah, thank you, Harshita, for that detailed report. Just to add here, right? So we have a 30 seconds buffer for the table topics. So the absolute max you can speak is for 2 minutes 30 seconds. So 2
Okay,
minutes
Sharat.
25
Sure.
also doesn't disqualify, but yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's slightly overtime, but it's okay up to 2 minutes 30 seconds
Okay,
with the 30
sure.
seconds buffer. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Now, with that, we can quickly move on to the dangerous report. I would like to call the R counter report. For that, over to you, Rajan, for the R counter report.
Thank you, Sharad. Uh, do not have a very dangerous information. Let me illuminate you guys. Illuminate you guys. So uh, I have noted that in Aishwarya's speech, it was more than 10 plus, but being it a very long speech and a project in itself, it is okay. And as a table topic master for Roger, I had noted more than 5 times he has used arms and such words. And Sharath and Aishwarya in table topics, I've found out that very few, like less than 5, I have noted down arms, and that was really amazing. For me, Pranali and Harshita, we have used around 5 arms in our times. And as an evaluator, Pranali has used around 3 times hour and 3 times repeat of words. I may be missing some info, but overall, I would like to share one remark that the content of the speeches was so good that those even it was really hard to notice, and that is really good. So focusing on the content is really better than focusing on so it's really nice to hear. So yeah, thank you. Amazing for everybody is giving this much good info. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Sharad.
Thanks, Rajan, for that detailed report. Thanks for sharing the screen and with all the information. And we can be mindful about our ahs and ums and the repeat of words. It will definitely help to make our speeches and our communication skills much better. Thanks for that. And now, quickly, we can move on to the grammarian report. And for that, Pranali, over to you for the grammarian report for today.
Yeah, thank you, Sharat. So, I'm very happy to share that many of us, or mostly every one of us, have used word of the day. So, Sharat have used it once, and Aishwarya have used it once. Rajan have used it once. Myself I have used it once, and Ruchir even he has used it once in his entire session in this entire session. So, yeah. I'm happy that everyone have used that word of the day. And talking about the new words and the phrases I've already mentioned during the evaluation for Aishwarya, those were tip of the tongue, control and command, droning, interestingly, beat around the bushes, pulse of wisdom. These are few of the good phrases and words which I liked from Aishwarya's speech. And yeah, I would encourage everyone to likely use in their day-to-day life. Yeah, that's it from my end as grammarian.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Pranali, for the luminous insight again. One more brownie point for me for the word of the day.
And this
And
ghosted me is also good. It's like new meaning. We are able to get the new
yeah,
sense of it.
correct.
Actually, I'm Googling in the background when he gave the topic.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay, great. And thanks that. And now with that, I'll quickly move on to my certain points, my 2 drops of wisdom on as being general evaluator. Firstly, the session, I think always we've been having this problem of starting the session way too late. Today it was slightly better. We started 2 minutes late, that session for today, but still I would encourage all the role takers to be present at least 5 minutes before. That goes for myself as well, because I think I just joined a minute back. That always creates this delay of a minute or two. we as role takers, we can try to be more cautious in trying to join at least 5 minutes beforehand. That way we can at least start on time. And quickly moving on to today's project, Aishwarya, excellent project delivery. And most of the pointers Pranali have already covered, like yes, of course, it would be great to have a project delivered offline because you have the opportunity to play around with either the slide changer or say, change the slides, and then probably more usage of body language is possible when you deliver in person. But other than that, with the limited space available, you still utilize the limited space available very wisely and very well. Your body language, though, you were aware that way, that awareness is very good. You know that only this much of myself is visible, and using that limited space, you really utilized your body language, and your I really like the expressions also is on point. That is very important. That shows the experience the speaker has. Like when there is excitement, we can see the excitement on your face, and something surprise or joy, you have that sort of a expression automatically come, which is not forced. That is really good. That also really enhances the body language part. And couple of things I wanted to mention here was, yes, I think the R counter report would help to again, fine tune, because you are already a better speaker. Maybe some of the repetitive words and filler words and the R's and ums can still be reduced and fine tuned. That I could notice in your speech today. Some of the repeated words were ands and so. Probably we can try to work on that. And then one another technique that you can use is, for example, there are very important is something that was very much repeated in your project today. Probably synonyms is one way to work around it. You can say crucial at sometimes, or it is critical, something like that, and then you can play around in that way with synonyms. That will make it better. uh, Other than that, and then some more interaction opportunities were possible in your project. At the beginning, yes, as Pranali said, you started with a crowd interaction, but I feel still opportunities where there plenty. Some more interactions in between would have been better with the audience. Other than that, yes, overall it was very educational. I really loved. There were several key takeaways, like for example, on how you as a speaker yourself should be aware of the stage setting, the light setting. If it is too much on your eyes, you always have your inputs that you can give to those who are organizing as well, right? That was really good. And then how you have to really understand the audience, whether you are talking about certain examples, like in your company setup, there's a foosball table, there's a table tennis that is set up after 5 o'clock, and then you prepare something around that, and if you're giving it into a different setting altogether, they may not be able to connect. So those examples were really bang on, and we could really connect, and something really good takeaways, right? That, and it was like almost like an educational session. Thanks for that. Now quickly moving on to the table topics, I would not personally give examples. Overall from the table topics, there are certain things I noticed. One rule when it comes to table topics, please correct me if I'm wrong, is the timer starts when there is a first word uttered by the speaker, or when there is a very identifiable body language that is part of your speech. You do some action that is part of your speech. That's when the timer starts. One technique that you can use is, let's say there are topics were tough, certain topics, right? People had to think a lot. You silently think and use, maybe even 30 seconds, and then you utter your first word or your really identifiable body language is a good technique. That way you can have your thoughts in place, and then you utter your first word. This technique I could see at least two or three of you were using today for the table topics, where you really didn't directly jump onto it with ahs, ums or something, and then you start thinking, because the timer would have already started. But you really silently took a few seconds to get your thoughts underway. That is important technique and a good takeaway. And another thing I observed is most of you used is you directly dwelled into the topic. You did not say, hey, thank you, table topic master, for that topic. Or I could see some of the speakers directly you started with the topic. That really helps in terms of giving more content in the limited time. Whereas you say, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, table topics. You already lose 20 seconds of the limited 2 minutes 30 seconds max available for you. But I was happy to see some of you directly delved into the topic.
And
That was very interesting.
no need to
Yeah,
repeat the topic again as well.
correct,
Repeating the
exactly.
question,
That's
yes.
another technique. Yes,
Jared
you
did
are
that, I
right.
noticed.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, you can delve right into the topic is a good technique that happy to see some of you use it. And then a word of the day, please. I could see, yes, even I did not use word of the day at the time of table topic segment. I used it as a role taker. That's a important thing that in table topics, try to introduce the word of the day. That really adds to the brownie points. You're able to really incorporate that into your table topics is a good technique that some of us have to improvise, but some of you used it as well. So overall, it was a great table topic segment. And thanks, Ruchir, as a table topic master. You did a great job. One quick comment I had was for certain speakers, when they finish speaking, you connected to what they said and then you moved on to the next. But for certain, you didn't. For some, immediately you said, okay, who is the next speaker? So I would highly recommend that you would do it with every speaker, no matter what, right? Every speaker after speak, try to connect either your comment on that or, okay, I really liked that, or that's something new. Somewhere connect to what the speaker is speaking before moving on to the next volunteer. Other than that, it was really great, and even I was happy. Some of the tried and tested speakers really struggling and taking time to get their thoughts in. Kudos to that. Not very easy to do that. So that was amazing. And then, yeah, for the role takers, grammarian, no, for the timer, when you were explaining the timings, you can also change and show the backgrounds at that time, saying that at 1 minute I'll make it green, at 2 minutes like this yellow. So we have a direct demo that I think was missing. You did it on the actual session, but when you explained the role, you just said that at 1 minute it will be green too. It is good to just show a quick demo as well, at least once, not all the time. Maybe when you're explaining the table topic or one of the segments, you can just show a quick demo. Other than that, yes, Pranali, you did a great job as an evaluator and you almost covered all the pointers. Nothing much to add there. Kudos to a job well done. Let me just quickly see what else I have. I think that's about it from the general evaluator perspective. And yes, thank you for the perfect timing, Rajan. And thanks for the help. Please let's take a minute to vote for today's role takers and table topic speakers, especially. So can we take a
Sharat, I guess you are on mute.
sorry, yeah. Meanwhile, while we are voting, right, please do let us know if any of you have any comments. And from today's session itself, Rajan, probably you can just let us know who the final winner is instead of sharing the screen with the percentage of votes. I think that was one of the comments we have had from previous sessions.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Let me know if I have missed anything. I think we have 5 table topics, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, I think, yeah, that's correct. Yep, I have submitted. Again, while we are voting, to reiterate, please do prioritize the upcoming session as we have the district leaders coming in. It'll be really good to have max participation in person from Learning Hub. I'll be posting about that today and also about the club contest. Please do nominate yourselves for the international speech contest or the evaluation contest. Yeah.
Okay, we have the
Rajan?
results now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You can just announce it. Yes, Rajan.
yeah, okay.
Please. Yeah.
So okay, I will go in the opposite way. Best table topic we have is Sharath. For the topic, have you practiced a conversation in your head and till it went wrong. So congrats. And for best auxiliary role player is for grammarian Pranali. Congratulations, Pranali, for best auxiliary role player. And for the overall best role player, we have our table topic master Ruchir. So congratulations all the winners for today's role player. Over, back to you, Shar.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everybody. It was a wonderful session. I know it was a kind of a close-knit session, but still it was very interesting. And thanks, everybody, for taking time out and participating. And I hope to see all of you, plus additional folks for the upcoming session on Wednesday. In person, please target that. And it would be great. Probably I can have Ricardo attend that as well. I'm not very sure on that, though. But the agenda is there where they will post the session, talk to Ricardo as well. Okay,
Can you change
anything
the
to be added?
timing of the next session?
To the afternoon, 1:30 to
Yes.
2:30?
Yes.
Yeah, probably we can have that done as well.
Yeah.
I'll just post that about that in the group, and you can
Yeah.
be the first vote saying that yes, I prefer. I'll just put a voting button right there, 1:30, 2:30, or the 4 to
That would
5,
help.
and
Yes.
then we can take a call. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks everybody. Take care.
Thank you. All
Thank
right.
you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.